Some people will not be very confident sharing.
Hey, Ibrahim.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening,
So,
sir.
hello, Subhankar. What are we going to study? Yeah, dear. No, actually, I want you here because I want that place with the younger kids. You know, some tall guys will sit on there. You can sit here. No worries.
Sir, the other day you
No
were saying
battery.
that you are a batsman, you are a bowler, but it turned out to be a all-rounder.
Turn out that you are an all-rounder. Turn out that you are an all-rounder. Lower order batsman. If I get lucky, I can hit a boundary or two.
You were playing great. I also saw the video.
Don't embarrass me.
Yeah.
The shot was good, but you got fooled. No, I got a boundary. Next one. There are two videos. One,
Yeah.
I think one I managed to get a boundary, and the second one I got out.
Yeah.
You see, my problem is a batsman does not plan his shot mostly. He reacts to the ball. I don't react to the ball. I always plan my shot before the delivery of the ball. Because I'm not a batsman. You see? I say, okay, this time I'm going to play that shot. Whether the delivery is there or not, the ball is there or not, I play that shot. If I'm lucky, I get it. Otherwise, I get out. I never back myself. I never back my batting skills. If the team
You are like I have to play at that place. If I think if I lose my wicket, I don't.
I see my who was just 12 years old and he started playing cricket in front of me. I see him playing much better than me. He reacts to the ball. I definitely like my bowling better. Because here you can...
You had only shared the video of the that video. Didn't share the video of the
Yeah. I don't know if I have any. I didn't share. It was Zafri who shared the video.
Are you watching the IPL?
Are you watching? Do you watch? Are you following? It's bad. Are you watching? It's good. Are you following IPL? Okay. My main interest is in two batsmen. They're both left-handed. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Abhishek Sharma and no, the other is
Suryavanshi.
No battery. Please charge.
Ishan Kishan. Yes, I like his batting as well.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Purva.
1 year ago, just like going and going, he not stopping.
Before the end of 2027, I think he will be in the Indian team. Before the end of 2000.
Suryavanshi.
Yes, Suryavanshi. Because he is playing against world-class bowlers. Mohammad Shami, Bumrah, Hazelwood, Trent Bolt and all these. Bolt.
And you saw the ad in which Vavasura
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
he said, I wanna play a First one is grand.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Khushi beta. Let's read the chart or the profile of, what is the name of this guy? Brian Cox, his life profile. It is his life file. The Large Hadron Collider was called the biggest scientific experiment ever. And then when he was 35 years of age, he married Gia Milinovic, a US TV science presenter. Gia already had a son, Moki. 6 years later, their son, George, was born.
What is it, Loki?
Okay, I know we shouldn't touch such topics because they become controversial, but still, just to provoke your mind, to just offer some food for thought. Would you not agree that in India, very few men are ready to marry a woman who already has a son or a child? In India, men don't want to marry. They feel very reluctant, unwilling to marry women who already have kids. While in some other countries, like Western countries, men are more open to marrying women with children. How do you see it? Do you think it says something about our mentality? Does it reflect well on our thinking? Does it reflect poorly on our thinking? Do we look good because of this? Do we look bad to people outside? How do we appear to them? Very few men, if you go to towns like Bihar Sharif, where we live, I think not many men will say, even, as an opinion, that they would like to marry a woman who already has a child. Why is that? And how does it look to you? Does it say something about how we see women? Yes, in modern times today, a lot of girls are going to school, they're getting education, the same education that their brothers are getting. Parents are spending the same amount of money. But still, it is also a fact that very few men are ready to marry a woman who already has a child from her previous marriage. Whether her husband is alive, dead, very few men are ready. They only do this when they have no other choice. It is not their first choice to marry a woman who already has a child. They don't say that if I fall in love with the woman who has a child, what's wrong? I can marry her as well. They don't say it that way. When they think of a wife, they only think of a girl who has not been married before. How do you see this thinking? This thinking is good for society, or this thinking is not very good for society? Does it mean, if people think this way, does it also mean that they somewhere do not see women as equal to them? They think of women as objects somewhere. And just like some people don't like using second-hand cars, second-hand clothes, similarly, because cars and clothes are commodities, things, to use, they think of women in the same way, that once a woman has been married, now she's not good enough to be with them. So does it not demean the status of women in society, this thinking, this mindset?
So there has been the negative thinking in our society.
Hmm.
That's why maybe it impacted in our thinking, on our thinking.
Do you think it can change or it will change?
It can change,
Will it
or it
change?
should change.
It should change. Can I tell you some funny, facts about me? When I was a young teenager, 16, 15, I used to think that I would marry a widow. I would marry a woman whose husband is no more. Yes. And I would used to think that, yes, I have to marry a widow. I always thought like this. And you know what I used to say to myself? At least I would be doing a favor to someone. Stupid me. I didn't understand the real thing about marriage, what actually marriage is about. It's not about being a savior for someone. Some people still think of marriage that way. Some men also think of themselves as saviors for the women they will marry, that they will save them. And some women also look for saviors in their husbands, someone who will come and take them out of their misery. I learned from my mistakes and my experiences in life that you do not marry to be a savior. You don't want a husband who is your savior. You want a person who treats you as an equal and accepts you as you are, the way you are, with all your weaknesses and weird qualities, weirdness. Human beings are not perfect. We have a lot of weird sides, weird aspects to our personality. And we usually hide them from people we are not very close to. So I think marriage is like a sort of relationship partnership where you have somebody who allows you to be who you are in their presence without judging you. Anyways, this man married a woman who already had a son. बट ये सब के बावजूद भी हमारा भारत महान है, ठीक है भाई? ये आखिर में लाइन जोड़ना है. It's not that I am trying to belittle India,
In
okay?
my mohalla, 2, 3 people did.
What did they married who? A
They
woman,
married, yeah, who has 2, 3 children already.
right? Tell me a little bit more about this
Because
man.
his brother died, that's why.
So he married his own
His
bhabhi.
elder brother died. Yeah.
That's a different thing completely. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about men in general being open to the idea of marrying a woman who already has
When they
children.
fall in love, it is different, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Falling in love is not looked at as a positive thing, it's a good thing in our society. If you're a man who falls in love with a woman, society is not going to accept you as a good person. Here, falling in love before marriage is still frowned upon. In small towns, a woman or man who falls in love, before marriage, this tendency, this quality is looked upon as a weakness in your character, that you do not have control over your feelings, that you fall in love. You have to give this right to your parents. That's when you are a good person, you're a good child, you're a good son. You have got sanskar if you allow your parents to make these important decisions for you. And if you start making these decisions for yourself, then you have some problems with your sanskar. Even today, a lot of parents, people think this way. So somebody marrying their bhabhi because their bhaiya passed away, and bhaiya left some children as well. It's a very different. It's a marriage of convenience and compromise, where sometimes the man who's marrying the woman is not even okay with this idea, but does it for the sake of the families, under families' pressure. And sometimes they will also keep their right, especially if Zafri is talking about a Muslim man marrying his bhabhi because the bhaiya died. then he still keeps his right of getting married to another woman, a woman he wants, despite having a wife. So it's a totally different story. It's not a choice he's making. He's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because he has been forced in that situation. And he thinks of it as a responsibility, moral responsibility, that if I don't do it, what will happen to my bhaiya's children? At least they will get some support, if I marry my bhaiya's widowed wife. So that's a different thing, totally different thing. But in general, men are not okay with this idea. They still think of women as objects. And they think this object has been used once, so it is not fit for my use. This is what they think, to be honest, to be direct, to be frank. This is exactly what they think like. This tells you that men think of themselves as the consumers and women as commodity that they will consume. And it is not very nice. I told you how stupid I was, and as a teenager. I told myself that you have to do this, Vinay. You know what? There are lots of women in this world who don't have husbands. Those who are single, they will find husbands easily. But nobody wants to marry those women who are widowed. What about them? You should do something which will help the society. I didn't understand what marriage was all about. There was this bhabhi in my neighborhood. She lost her husband when she was very young. We used to call her bhabhi, but she was old enough to be auntie. Somehow it was weird that we called her husband Prem Bhaiya. He's my next door neighbor. And in a scooter accident, road accident, he lost his life. He was survived by his wife and 2 children. And Bhabhi was very beautiful and everything. She was very, friendly. Everybody liked her, and we kids had very positive opinion of Prem Bhaiya and his wife both. He was very friendly to us. He would always, whenever he saw us on the roof, he would give us a smile, say some funny things which would make us chuckle, make us laugh. So when we heard of his death, I don't know whether this also played a role, why I decided that I would marry a widowed woman. But for maybe 4 or 5 years, I had this thought. I used to say this to some people who were close to me and my age, that I would only marry a widowed woman. But I did not say this because I thought I would do something nice for society by doing so. It would be a good act, I didn't realize that people should marry because they want someone, to share their life with, not because they want to make a good thing in society. You don't do that, will be too much of a sacrifice, marrying to keep society happy. Too big a sacrifice, in my opinion, because life is long. You have to be with somebody, and you are doing it to just keep society happy. Keeping family happy makes a little bit sense. Keeping society happy, I was stupid. I could not understand what exactly marriage was about.
What is society doing that to you? They're only talking about you wrong. Only doing.
As a kid, you don't realize these things. As a kid, you don't realize these things. Come. Fine. And then when he was 37, he
Sir.
started. Yes.
I'm going to see a doctor, so I want to leave, sir.
Yes, sure, Apurva.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So this man, Bran Cox, started working as a TV presenter, making science programs for the BBC. He has made over 40 programs, including Wardens of the Solar System. Wonders of the Solar System. A Night with the Stars, and In Search of Science. These are some of the programs he has made. But overall, he has made over 40 programs. When he was 38, he won the Lord Kelvin Award for his science work. He has won many more awards since then, including an OBE from the Queen in 2010. Kelvin? So, Lord Kelvin? Your Lord Kelvin Award. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, because he's a physicist, no?
Yes.
On Calvin in physics. Maybe.
He has been making a BBC TV series about the universe, Human Universe. The name of the program is Human Universe, the entire universe and life of a universe. He has been making a BBC TV series about the universe. Recently, he has been touring Europe and Australia with Brian Cox Live. With Brian Cox Live means it is the name of the program, channel, whatever, YouTube, Brian Cox Live, a series of lectures on space and time. That man, he idolized, what was his name? One who influenced him a lot? Carl Sagan. So Carl Sagan also did similar things. He was also a TV presenter. He also presented science programs on TV. So he's been walking in his shoes perfectly. Following in his footsteps. Now, we all know the answers to these questions, the 8 questions here in exercise 3. Look, the first question is in passive. Where and when was Brian born? So we will always answer with was. Brian was born in this place in this year. I don't care about the date and the place name, but the sentence structure will be Brian was born. Brian born, no, Brian was born. Now, if you analyze this, was born, it sounds like passive because born is the third form and there is be. Okay, be born. Be born. Brian was born. In English, we say it this way. Okay, I was born, he was born, she was born, we were born. How old was he when he first landed on the moon? When man first landed. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. How old was he when men first landed on the moon? No. I'm not concerned with the answer. I'm asking you to look at the tense of the question and why. Okay, we want to know how old he was when this action happened, when this event took place. How old was he? Okay, at that time, what was his age?
Only
1 year old. How did Carl Sagan influence him? Carl Sagan influenced him. He influenced him. Past tense, finished action. He influenced him. In what way? How did Carl Sagan influence him? Why did he fail his exams? He failed his exams. When he was at school, he was at university, he failed his exam. We don't know the reason, or perhaps we know the reason. Why did he fail? What was the reason he failed? How many bands did he play with? When he was interested in music, he played with some bands. How many altogether? How many bands did he play with? And what was the name of those bands? Which bands? Yeah, again, not concerned with the answer. Trying to explain the grammar of the sentences, question, the tense. How long has he been married? Here, there could be another question. When did he get married? When did he? That question will focus on the event. When did it happen? Finished action. He married. He got married. But that's not the question. When did he get married? The question is, how long has he been married? We are looking at the time since he got married. So how long has he been married? He's been married for a certain period of time. How long is that? Has he got any children? This is about possession, relationships. Has he got this? Has he got that? Has he got any children? Has he won any awards? This question focuses on his experiences in life. Has he won any awards? And the last question focuses on the current situation. What is he doing now? Number 4, match a question about Brian in A with an answer in B. Everybody do it. Great. Exercise 4. You've done it at home. Then here.
It's not for
Now, beta.
What? Not one.
Appealing all your patriotic feelings. Great Indian taste.
But intended. It's not. It's not. Yes, but 10 years ago.
Campa Cola celebrating 50 plus years.
Do you think that Gampa was the first friend who launched the cold drink in our India? No, it was an Indian brand. Yeah.
And it was not very successful at first. But then there is a phrase in English, they're back with a bang. They're back with a bang. Yeah.
Like any statement made by the commentator for the Tata Sierra. Oh, really? Do you know that?
You told me. I don't remember it verbatim, but trend बनाते हैं.
Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's telling about your personality.
Look at the questions one more time in exercise 4, everyone. Question number 1. When did he start? When did he start being interested in the stars?
He started being interested.
He started being interested.
He started in the stars when he was 3. He was
In the stars, yeah? The stars.
can't count for him. Maybe that.
The stars.
I don't know.
Well, in general, stars. Stars. The mountains.
The Himalaya.
Seas. But in general, we can go with simply mountains as well. Mountains are higher than hills. Mountains are higher than hills.
That we use that in really that particular thing that is like the Hindustans and it is that is very required and that is only one like the Himalayas. But we also use
Okay, there isn't one rule that governs all the uses of articles. There are multiple rules. Some of them quite clearly contradict each other. But what will help is when you are using them before some nouns, remember that the speaker and the listener both know which nouns they are talking about. The subject of discussion is. The fans are making a lot of noise. So which fans you and I both know? Which fans? The fans here. Somehow we know. So the is necessary. Got it? This one rule helps a lot. Other than this, there are so many rules. There is one rule which says do not use the before names of countries. And then there are countries like the US, the UAE. Then you have to find another rule that if the names of the countries are a group, an association, then you have to use the. Then you say the Philippines. Why? The Philippines is plural, Philippines. You know, there are islands together called Philippines. So that's why the Philippines. Understand? The Andamans and Nicobars. Yeah. The Andaman and Nicobar. So guys, the thing is, there are so many rules about articles. And no matter how well you have studied them, it is just a just some sort of, illusion. You believe that you will not make mistakes with articles because you've studied them well. If questions are asked in a certain way, we will always be a bit confused about whether we should use articles or not. Sometimes it's not right or wrong to use articles. It's just that when you use the articles, the meaning is slightly different from when you don't use articles. Both way you're right, but you mean something different. Question number 1, when did he start being interested in the stars?
When he was 3.
How long has he been interested in the stars?
Since he was 3.
Since he
Since,
was 3. No battery. Please charge.
since he was 3. When did he start doing research at CERN? When he was? How long has he been doing research at CERN?
When he was
to,
20 years.
compared to and 4. How long? How long? Has he been interested doing research? 5. When did he make his first TV program? When? Just answer. In 2005. How long has he been?
2005. Since 2005.
How many programs has he made?
Great.
Where has he been touring recently?
All over Europe.
All over Europe and Australia.
So the answer is in 2006. My answer is 2006. I'm giving you 2 options for questions. Which one do you think is the right question for this answer? The answer is in 2006. What is the correct question? When did you start teaching? How long have you been teaching?
When did you start teaching?
And the answer would be?
In 2006.
And if the answer is since 2006, then
How
How
long have
long have you been teaching?
how long have you been teaching?
Teaching.
Okay. Okay, good. 11.1.
Brian Cox, From Pop Star to Professor. 1,
When did he start being interested in the stars?
When he was 3.
2,
How long has he been interested in the stars?
Since he was 3.
3,
When did he start doing research at CERN?
When he was 29.
4,
How long has he been doing research at CERN?
For over 20 years.
5,
When did he make his first TV program?
In 2005.
6,
How long has he been making TV programs?
Since 2005.
7,
How many programs has he made?
A great many.
8,
Where has he been touring recently?
All over Europe and Australia.
Hmm.
How to pronounce accent. If they're trying the word.
Okay, now ask and answer the questions with a partner. Okay, I'm your partner. Let's do it. When did you start being interested in the stars? Answer only. How long has he
When
been
he was
interested
3.
in stars?
Since he was 3.
Since he
When
was
did
3.
you start doing research at CERN? How long has
When
he
he
been doing research at
When he
CERN?
was 29.
over 20 years.
When did he make his first TV program?
In
In
2005.
5.
How long has he been making TV programs?
Since 2005.
2005.
How many programs has he made?
A great many.
A great
Where,
many.
where has he been touring recently?
All over
All over
Europe.
Europe and
All over
Australia.
and Australia.
Okay, all right. Let's go to the grammar. Let's go to grammar reference here. Grammar spot here. 1. He made his first TV program in 2005. Which word is highlighted in bold? Made. He made his first TV
Made.
program in 2005. A finished action in the past. He's been making programs since 2005. This is not a finished action.
Yes.
It is an ongoing action. It is started in the past, has continued to this moment, might continue in the future. He's made over 40 programs so far. Okay, notice. First one he made, V2 of make. Third, he has been making. He has